Before you start YouTube, I want you to watch this video. You are setting yourself on a path where you're going to start YouTube. You got an idea, you buy the gear, you learn to edit, and you're about to hit that record button. But chances are, within 3 to 4 months, you are about to fail. And this is why 80% of YouTubers are quitting the game. 4 months, you stick to a schedule, pouring your soul into every YouTube creation. The result? Nothing. A handful of views, no subscribers, and the sinking feeling that you're shouting into a void. This is the reality for most new creators out there. It's the moment passion collides with the platform's brutal truth, forcing you to ask a heavy question. Why keep going if no one's watching? This is the primary reason most channels fail before they even get a chance to succeed. But what if I told you that channel growth isn't about luck or grinding yourself into exhaustion? The creators who survive these initial struggles and building lasting channels aren't just making more content. They're following a specific blueprint. They've rejected the just work harder mantra and they've adopted a smarter strategic approach to their work. In today's video, I'll be showing you the exact blueprint that all these YouTubers are following so that you can also work smart and not hard. Hey, I'm Steven. Welcome back to my channel. This system that I'm about to show you guys has been implemented with all the YouTubers out there. And I've learned with over 2 years of my background experience in YouTube Project Manager, this system can work for anyone. But let's address the YouTube title, which is 80% of YouTubers are quitting. The big question, why? Is this an official statistic from YouTube? To be honest with you guys, no. The platform doesn't really share that data with us. But it represents a powerful truth about the creators' experience today. The attrition rate for new channels is incredibly high. Studies indicate that a lot of YouTube creators have stopped publishing YouTube videos before they even reach 1,000 subscribers. And some of them, they reach that early milestone and completely vanish. But this isn't just about small channels. We're witnessing a big shift towards the big creators on YouTube. In early 2024, the community was stunned when MatPat announced he was stepping down from a successful channel called The Game Theory. After more than a decade of creating iconic videos, he explained that he and his wife has been putting off work first and for far too long, and they desperately needed to reclaim their personal lives for their family. Then there's Tom Scott, a YouTuber known for his unwavering consistency. He ended his 10-year weekly upload schedule on YouTube because, in his own word, he was so tired and had to stop to avoid a complete burnout. He has since returned to make videos, but on his own terms. And then there's creators like Seth Everman have also stepped away for periods, speaking openly about losing motivation and that creative drives after years of publishing content after content after content and just spinning on that hamster wheel in the YouTube platform. These aren't isolated incidents. They're system of a systematic problems. The so-called dream job of being a YouTuber, for many, become an inescapable cycle of YouTube production and algorithm anxiety. These creators aren't just rejecting YouTube, they're choosing their well-being, forcing the collective questions, how did we even get there? The core of the problem begins with the platform itself, the YouTube algorithm. For years, we've been told by so many creators that we should publish content on a consistent basis for YouTube to promote our videos to newer audience. The pressure of maintaining a strict publishing schedule, this is immense, and even taking short breaks means like a death penalty for some creators out there. While it's true that YouTube never actually claims they would actually punish creators if they're taking a break, a lot of creators, including myself, feels like this never-ending piece that we need to actually publish content on a weekly basis or even a daily basis so that we can actually keep our pace. And let's ask the questions. What is the YouTube algorithm? The purpose of the YouTube algorithm is to keep people's retention in watching YouTube videos. And a channel that keeps on publishing fresh content out there is simply easier to recommend. And this forges a content hamster wheel. You post a video, it then performs well, and the algorithm rewards you. But that reward comes with an unspoken demand. Do it again and again and make the next one even better. And today's algorithm is obsessed with audience signals like likes, comments, shares, watch time, and even in some other social media platforms, there's this thing where we call repost. In theory, yes, this is actually a good thing, but it puts so much pressure on the creators to actually put good content each and every day. This pressure is amplified by the very tools YouTube provides. A prime example is the feature in your YouTube studio that ranks your last 10 videos from 1 of 10 to 10 of 10. Though it's only a comparison against your work, the psychological toll is just so significant. It transforms your creative output into a performance scoreboard where you're in constant competition against yourself each and every day. Of videos that you thought to yourself, hey, this video is actually my best work so far, and YouTube can give you a score 8 out of 10, instantly reframing it as a failure and turning the creative process into a high-stake game. The human cost of content, the creator. This relentless pressure takes a serious human toll, and I've been there before. Creator burnout isn't just a buzzword people undermine. It's a full-blown crisis. A 2024 survey revealed that 73% of creators have experienced burnout, telling that they're exhausted for making too many creative content, heavy workloads, and excessive screen time as their primary issues. And I know this screen time is just a headache. I've been looking at my laptop, and trust me, if you spend 4 to 5 hours screen time, this can actually worsen your performance. For a solo creator like you, this is hardly surprising. Being a YouTuber isn't just one job, it's 10 rolled into one. You are the strategist, you are the researcher, you are the writer, and also an on-screen talent. And this all comes before the pre-production stages. Then during the on-filming set, you're the director, you're the cinematographer, and also the audio engineering. And already we have 7 of that job description. And then comes the post-production stages where you're going to be editing your own videos, you're also going to design your thumbnail, and also you're going to be the channel manager or / a copywriter in writing the YouTube video description. And all the things that I've just mentioned, those are 10 bundled into one, which is the famous word we called a YouTuber. And beyond all that 10 jobs that bundled into what actually makes a YouTuber, there are other certain factors, such as you should be the marketing manager to promote your content out there, you should become the community manager in replying every comments, replying to every question that your community have. And finally, you're the CEO. You're analyzing the data, making decisions on the next video titles you're going to create, and also you're managing your finance, which is your post-production and your pre-production stages. Just talking about this makes me feel like, how am I even going to be a YouTuber these days? And speaking of finance, did you actually know that the creator economy is a massive billion industry, with some 2025 estimates valuing it to be over $200 billion. But the vast majority of that wealth is concentrated or only solely at the top. For most creators, just like myself and you, the reality is volatile income. AdSense revenue is just a matter headache. You can't even predict how much money you're getting off YouTube. You're probably watching a lot of videos, how much does YouTubers make with 1,000 views or after they've reached 10,000 subscribers and so on. The key metric is RPM, which stands for revenue per mil, and a key sense label, which is 1,000 views, which can range from as low as $1 to $2 in some niches to over $15 in lucrative niches out there. Like when we're talking about finance, we're talking about business, websites, and a bunch of other things. A channel with probably 10,000 subscribers might only generate a few $100s each month, forcing creators to stay on the content treadmill, to upload YouTube videos again and again, in fear that if they stop posting these videos, that means there is no valuable income anymore coming in. Beyond the workload that I've actually talked to you guys about and the financial stress, then there's this deep level isolation that we creators actually face. You spend countless hours alone, generating video titles, writing your script, researching, and the list just goes on. And then you're talking to a camera all by yourself with a pitch dark background behind you or also in front of you. You're just sitting there and wondering, will this ever actually get you views, right? And then you pour all your energy into a video, release it to public judgment, and are then left alone again to obsessively to refresh your statistic, allowing an algorithm to dictate your own self-worth. This might be in fact a perfect recipe for anxiety, to be honest. For years, we've been told that we need to hustle better. It has been told to aspiring creators out there about this new norm, which is the hustle culture. This is the idea that we form in our heads and what everyone has been saying, that the only path to success is to pave ourselves relentless and never giving up mentality. Pull 16 hours a day, sacrifice your weekend, your health, your life, your relationship with your family and also friends. We were told that true passion means outworking everybody else. The problem is that that when I was in my 20s, I used to believe that this was truth, but it turns out this is the psychological lie we've been told about. It's fundamentally broken. Hustle culture, in which I know now, doesn't really relate to sustainable success. It leads us to going on a top speed with your car and actually crashing, which is the burnout that I've been talking about. It treats human beings like a machine, ignoring the fact that creativity actually requires rest, reflection, and life outside work. It's a short-term strategy that ends up in work exhaustion. And isn't it funny? The very mindset that told us, hey, you actually need to hustle hard, is the reason why so many YouTubers are actually quitting. The realization is the turning point. The problem is the way that we've been told to work. The solo creator, do it all yourself, 80-hour work week isn't the badge of honor, it's a blueprint of failure. So the main question is, if that model is actually broken, what is the alternative? The answer isn't to work harder, it's to actually work better and smarter with a system. That might sound too cliche, but I'm going to show you exactly the system I've used towards all my clients that are above 50,000 subscribers, including Charlie with 1 million subscribers, Startup Wise, which is almost hitting that 100,000 subscriber, and how they actually built a team. And I'm going to show you in this exact step-by-step blueprint formula. So let's compare a solo creator and a YouTube team. Usually a YouTube team will have the creator as the face of the brand, and underneath him will probably be a COO, which will then have project managers, and the project managers will probably handle a video editor and a thumbnail designer, and the same thing, 2%. And this is basically what a YouTube team looks like. If you're talking about my boss Charlie, Mr. Beast, Mamgadzi, Andrew Tate, Ali Abdal, there's a lot that goes within the YouTube team production itself. But as a solo creator, if you're doing this passionately, you're doing this all by yourself. You're stuck inside the circle. This is where you're gonna do the video title. You're also gonna be scripting. You're also gonna be video editing, thumbnail designing, and publishing, also marketing, and the list just goes on. And like I've talked about previously, this will leave you being burned out because you're doing all the job, like I said, 10 in 1 into a solo creator. And let's zoom out a little bit and focus on this 7 hours per week system. 7 hour per week system. Now, this 7 hour per week system is for those of you who is working the 9-to-5 grind and then coming back home, feeling overexhausted, you guys are stuck, and it seems impossible to create content these days due to the busy schedule that you guys are having. And what I would recommend is this 7 hour per week system. And I'm going to mention all the days of the week, starting from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and also Sunday. So all you need to do to commit to this 7 hour per week system is that you need to spend at least 1 hour per day. So 1 hour per day on Monday, 1 hour on Tuesday, 1 hour on Wednesday, 1 hour on Thursday, 1 hour on Friday, 1 hour on Saturday, and 1 hour on Sunday. So just gonna make this neat and clean. And on Monday, what I would typically do, or what I would recommend you to do, is you would be generating video title. You're researching title that fits your niche, whether it be into YouTube, or maybe you're into sports, or maybe you want to share your data analytics skill, or your math skill, or your language skills, or your musical skills. Put all the video title, and I would probably say list at least 30 to 40 video title. Anything that comes into your mind, just scrap that out in a piece of paper, or if you're using Excel or Google Documents, just type it out. And that's what I would recommend you guys to do. If you're starting out, the first 100 videos is probably gonna be anything that you like, and this is to keep a sustainable upload on YouTube without causing you guys to burn out. And trust me, I think the majority of people who want to start on YouTube thinking, hey, this video is going to be viral, but the reality is it's not. So stop putting the pressure on yourself. Generate 30 to 40 video title. If you can get 50, that's a huge applause from me to you. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I would put this as scripting, spending 1 hour per day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the reason is, before you actually start filming, you need to prepare your video. That means what you're going to be talking in the video. The outline needs to be clear, formatted in a structured way, that has a storytelling purpose. And that is a very very important thing so that you can actually retain your audience from watching your video from start until finish. Scripting includes the hook, what you promise something towards the viewer, the intro about who you are, why you're credible, and then the body, the outline, that supports your video title format, and then a conclusion. If you have any call to action like and subscribe, put that all in scripting. And scripting, you can use tons of AI tools like ChatGPT as a reference or a guidelines directly. It doesn't need that you need to start typing word to word from the back of your mind. But if that's you, or you can actually freestyle that, if you're a native talker just like me, without looking at the script sometimes and just talking to the camera, the more you get used to this phase, the more you're going to spend less time on the scripting. Then moving on to Friday. On Friday and Saturday is what I would say spending 3 hours on Friday and Saturday bulk filming. And the reason for bulk filming is it takes 3 hours, and let's say that you're setting up your filming studio setup. That means you already have lighting, but if you don't have any money to buy a lighting, you probably can find a natural lighting, which is this is your window and you're going to be sitting here, facing that window with the sun. But if you actually have a lighting, then you need to set it up for at least 15 to 20 minutes. As that can be a routine course for every YouTuber out there relating to me. This is what they do, or they have a team that do it for them. But you, my friend, you're going to be spending 15 to 20 minutes, setting up the lighting and then filming one video for at least 45 minutes. And the reason is, what I would recommend people is to write a script that they can actually relate to, on not something that AI would just randomly generate. YouTube back in the days was made for a platform for people to rant, and nowadays it's becoming technical. You care about the algorithm, you care about people watch time hours. But I would recommend you guys to actually share something you're passionate about, share something that is interesting. And maybe in the next video, we can talk about more on how to actually create YouTube videos that targets the CCN framework, which is your core audience, your casual audience, and also new audience. And as you can see here, the 7-hour per week system is designed to make it efficient for you guys to actually be sustainable in uploading YouTube content or putting your content out there. It's not just for YouTube, but it can work for other social media platform out there. But this has been the 7-hour per week system that has been actually working for me and also the clients that I'm working with. All you need to be is the person in front of the camera. So 1 hour on Monday, spending your time on brainstorming a bunch of video title ideas that comes to mind. And on Tuesday and Wednesday is where you're actually going to be scripting. Let's say 1 hour on one script, 1 hour on the next script, and 1 hour on the third script. And then we go to Friday and Saturday. You can actually pick a day, which is Friday or Saturday, and you would spend 3-hour bulk filming, spending on average per video 45 minutes at least. And that's already 7 hours per week that you've implemented to actually have 3 videos at your post-production stages. So what happens on Sunday? On Sunday, this is where I would like to rest, spend time with your family, spend time with yourself. If you're overdrained by work, it's time for you to actually consume creativity instead of create creativity, because creating creativity can take a lot of juice in your mental health. Especially YouTube is a marathon game. It takes a lot of time to actually be noticeable or actually becoming successful. So treat it as a marathon. But hey, Aggie, the big question I think that I've skipped out is no video edit or thumbnail edit, or even who's going to publish the video. So this is what I would like to call the post-production stage. Just like a business, you need to actually put capital into YouTube. And hey, this system only works if you're actually having a job that gives you monthly income. And I would recommend towards you who's actually wanting to start YouTube to treat this like a business. That means putting capital into your business, the same thing as you're putting capital towards a video editor or also a thumbnail designer. But you can find a lot of affordable video editor with 3 to 5 years of experience in Upwork and also Fiverr. If you want, I will also leave a link down below to share to you guys my video editor so that he can also edit your videos. The spots are limited, but I can at least try 1 or 2 to show you guys that this system actually works. Or I'll help you find a video editor in Southeast Asian countries like the Philippines, like in Indonesia, like in Vietnam, and also Thailand to edit your videos in a cost of between $50 to even $200 per video. The system that I'm actually using, my boss found a good affordable price, which is $50 per video. He actually pays his video editor per project basis. So a video editor on a per project basis, that means editing one video with 3 revisions can cost between $50 to the most expensive, what I would probably say is $250. And a thumbnail designer can cost between $15 to even the most expensive, I would probably say $50. And these are the rate for video editors and also thumbnail editors within the South Asian countries. And trust me, if you're living in the US or Europe or any Western countries, this rate might seem this is totally impossible. And yes, it's totally impossible. And this is why I'm actually sharing what it's like to work with a remote worker. You guys can actually have a benefit for those of you who is hiring overseas. I would assume if you guys are actually making somewhere around $1,000 to $2,000 out there, to spend at actually 10 to even 20% of your monthly income. So let's say, for example, that your monthly salary is $1,000 to $2,000, and 10% of this would be $100 to $200. So if you're actually going with the rate that I'm seeing, that's just $50 per video, you can actually upload 2 YouTube videos with no thumbnail. But that would probably cost you $150 if you actually want to have 2 thumbnails within your video. And if you're spending $200, if your monthly income is $2,000, and you're trying to publish on a weekly basis, that's basically 4 videos that you're posting each and every month without no thumbnail. So I would say the perfect range is for you guys to have a savings each monthly is $150 to actually $250. And this would include a video editor plus a thumbnail designer. By the way, I'm sorry if my handwriting is so bad. I got this doctor handwriting style. But you guys get the point. I want you to actually save $150 to $250. And that would take a lot of weight from your end. Because guess what? Majority of videos that gets published out there, 60% of the work is spent by the video editor and also the thumbnail designer, which is packaging in the right way that makes people want to click on your video. Because guess what? Your content might be valuable. It could have so much value inside it, but without the right packaging, people are not going to click the video, yet even watch it. So this is why I recommend my system for you guys, which is the 7-hour per week system, and also outsourcing your video towards a video editor and also a thumbnail designer. And this is where the magic word here is hiring plus delegation. Yes, I get it. This is for people who has money. What if you don't have money? What if you don't have equipment? Does that mean I'm going to get burnt out and I'm going to be stressed out without even starting YouTube? No, that's not the point that I'm trying to make. If you don't have money whatsoever, I suggest you guys try. Try to make content at your own pace. Do not overburn yourself with that you're going to make a big successful YouTube. Chances are, if you have that kind of mindset, you will tire yourself out. If you guys are starting solo, create videos for fun. Create videos that you actually like it. You know, it should be a hobby. But if you're trying to take YouTube to become successful without burning yourself out, please follow this 7-hour per week system where I show you guys how to distribute your time wisely, which is 1 hour per day on brainstorming video title, scripting, and also bulk filming with the help of a video editor and also a thumbnail designer. So this is the exact framework that I've been using with publishing on a weekly basis and what I've studied my clients use for the past 2 years to reach 1 million subscribers. This is the team. A lot of YouTube creators who have gotten successful, they can actually live the life they deserve to live, which is financial freedom and also time freedom, with a YouTube team. And that is the 7-hour per week system. So basically what I've just shown you is the complete 6 to 7 hour per week YouTube system that actually works for me and my YouTube team. I'm working with one video editor who also does my thumbnail designs, and that could work for you too. And if you guys actually are interested in hiring a YouTube video editor, I would leave a link down below in my description to actually connect with video editors that would actually edit your raw video and turn it into a professional video just like this. And hey Eggy, but I don't have a lot of time or even money to spend on a video editor and also a YouTube thumbnail. I need to do everything by myself. And this is where I would actually recommend a tool. And there's a lot of YouTube tools out there, just like VidIQ, who does everything for you. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of glimpse on why VidIQ might be beneficial, as it's beneficial for me growing this small channel. So if you actually click on the link down below, you can actually sign up for free using VidIQ. And I want you guys to actually test it out before you actually buy the service. So it will then show you that you can actually unlock personalized insights, which means VidIQ will get access to your YouTube account and actually see the insights, which is the metrics, the key data, the SEO, keyword score, and many more. So I'll probably skip this for now. And let's say that I'm into YouTube growth channel, and I might continue. And at your own topic, you can put in YouTube tips and audience engagement and also SEO optimization. And this look good, and I can actually start. And the pricing here is that 12 months, you can actually pay $8.50. You can actually save up to $15 if you're actually taking the annual plan. But if you're going on a monthly basis, just like what I'm doing, I'm actually spending $9.50 on every month. So this is the new creator discount using my link down below. And if you're a creator with 100 subscribers or less, you can get 50% off forever one-time exclusive offer. And once you've actually bought the plan yourself, you can then reach to this dashboard that I'm having right now. And there's a lot of tools here like keywords, competitors, outliers, but all I want you guys is to actually make the system more efficient and reaching that goal of having a successful channel and also a sustainable life where you can actually spend with your friends and family much more attainable. So I'm just going to go to the daily ideas section over here, and there is a lot of video ideas that VidIQ is already recommending it to me. There's why I'm transitioning to a personal brand from Chris Notion, turning passion into profit, my career change story, as my YouTube niche is more about remote work and also finding a life in the creator aspect. You can check out a lot of ideas here, and that will probably save you 1 hour a day on Monday to even 15 to even 30 minutes. Sure, this video title is not perfect, but it already gives you a strong fundamental start. And then let's just say that I'm going to script here. And as you all know, the script of this video is actually from the script that I've actually written in VidIQ itself. And it directly told me that, hey, this is a video title that could work, why 80% of YouTubers are actually quitting, and I'm actually making all the intro, the hook, all done by AI and adjusting the word to word on a separate Google document. Sure, you can also adjust it in VidIQ. Let's say here, I'm going to write something. And again, I can actually type the text in. And if I were to actually refine the script and make it sound like Mr. Beast, I can actually do this here. And if you want to actually shorten the script to under 3 minutes, it can do so here. So this is actually a YouTube tool that I actually recommend you guys testing it out, especially if you're a beginner. But if you're also a beginner transitioning into the intermediary and you don't actually have like a video editor team to actually purchase, it's okay. You can try VidIQ. They also make clipping methods done for you so that you can actually upload your long form video into short form video, just like how I did it here. This was a YouTube video on my honest experience working for a YouTuber, and look at this.
You actually need to learn English. If you're in the Southeast Asia region like me, where most locals speak their native language, which is Bahasa, or if you're in the Philippines, which is Tagalog.
So you get the point. They're actually doing a lot of clippings using their AI technology, but this is still in a beta version, so I wouldn't recommend that you guys lean into this heavily, but this could be a start of something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. VidIQ literally does everything here. And you don't need to be a YouTube strategist or a channel manager to actually inspect your channel. VidIQ does it all here with their AI codes. For example, if I were to write, hey, how can I get more views? And I type this in, VidIQ would probably think where my channel is at, how it can get more views, and the list just goes on. So right now it's actually thinking, it's looking for my YouTube channel data, it's fetching the VidIQ optimizing scores. So they're actually seeing the key performance insight, like what was the best performing video, what was the most recent video, and they're actually seeing the thumbnail optimization scores, like my previous scores. And now it's giving me results like an action plan to boost my views. So double down on your search-driven content, optimizing your titles and thumbnails, and they're actually telling you like the evidence, like, hey, this video title that you once uploaded works, and why is this working? And you can also experiment with YouTube Shorts using the clipping method that VidIQ also has, and engage and return your audience, analyze and iterate. There's a lot of tips here that you can actually ask in the VidIQ AI coaching. That's a glimpse of VidIQ, and I guess this video is actually giving you an awareness why a lot of YouTubers struggle to actually reach the tipping point of success. And before they actually have that turning point, a lot of YouTubers actually quit. The notion that you must sacrifice your well-being for YouTube success is not just damaging, it's actually false. The great creators have experienced this and they've actually left YouTube. And this is in fact a course correction. It's a collective rejection of the broken hustle mentality that a lot of people have given us. And do not fall into this trap. The path forward isn't just putting countless numbers of hours, sacrificing your time to actually make an impact. It's about more impact in the hours you work. So don't just go out there putting in a lot of hours, work hard, and then getting mentally burned out because you're achieving no result whatsoever. I've actually given you the framework and the blueprint success to actually have YouTube teams, put capital into the business so that you can actually upload more videos consistently. It's about building a system that works using tools like VidIQ that can actually help you guide in your YouTube journey or where you're going. There might be a lot of questions, but hey, this is a journey and that's the fun part. Think of this as a marathon and not a sprint. I always tell this to all my friends starting YouTube. They have this overwhelming fire that, hey, I want to talk about dance. I want to talk about my music. I want to share about my passion, and that usually dies down after the 3 to 4 months. And I can guarantee that I'm not going to fail, or nor you're about to fail if you follow the system. Because, hey, you might be feeling at a certain point in life where you're just not able to film for today, but guess what? You have actually a YouTube team and a video editor that can actually push you. And I think that's the main message here, is that we push each other to actually grow. And it's not just about isolating yourself and creating tons and tons of content to judge yourself that it's not fitting into the YouTube algorithm today. And this is in fact how you build a channel that lasts, serves a purpose, joy, fulfillment, instead of a life that serves your channel. So if you guys like this video, I want you guys to think heavily about this. This is me, Eggy Steven, and if you want more content like this, please leave a comment down below of what was the key message that you take from today's video, and I would do appreciate it if you give a like and subscribe. And I actually want you guys to actually see my honest experience on what it's like working for a YouTuber. I think you guys can check it out there. That's it. Signing off. No.